Okay, this is it. We're starting this massive task. I need to be out of this studio in 2 months. I've decided that it's going to be impossible to film in here and make progress on moving out at the same time. And tomorrow I'm actually filming a video at home, so I was gonna have to move equipment home anyway. And so the plan is to move my like basic filming equipment setup, the stuff that I'm going to keep at home, and take that home with me today and not bring it back. That's it. I kind of wasn't anticipating that whatever that video was it my 2024 goals video? I wasn't expecting that one to be like the last video, like filmed sat here in front of the studio, but there we go, it happened that way. There still will potentially be vloggy bits here and there in the studio, but I think we're done with the sat down in front of the bookshelf setup. So there is a lot to do. Let me take you around what the space looks like now, because obviously I filmed a tour of it when I first moved in, when it must have been like a bit tidier, less full, but this is the situation we are dealing with. Okay, so filming area. The vast majority of these books I want to keep and I want to take home with me. Trinkets and things will probably come home with me. All of my fancy like boobs and vulvas and some of the like ornamental sex toys, but maybe not all of them. Then there's some boxes down here of like stationery and equipment and like techie things and wires that I haven't used in years. So we'll have to go through all of that. Then I have got a lot of editions of my books up here and down below as well. Not entirely sure what to do with that. I don't particularly want to keep them at home. It seems a bit of a waste of space, she says about her own books. But maybe I could send them off to some nice happy homes. Who knows? This majestic cupboard I also want to take home with me. And I think we'll be able to fit it in the hallway. I just think it's a good place to kind of like store a lot of my work things. So it's kind of like out of the way and has its own area at home. Inside here currently, this is like the office stationery cupboard. Like, I honestly don't know what's in here. Like, that will require a lot of work. Then down here we have the charging station. I don't think I'll be taking my printer home with me. Lasad, no room for it, maybe? I don't think so. The desk is going, the computer is going, like literally everything is going. There is no room for any of this stuff at home. What do I do with the lab coat? I'm not entirely sure. I mean, it won't take up a lot of space at home. Like, when am I gonna use it again? But it's kind of like ornamental. Hannah Witton Archive. Speaking of Hannah Witton Archive, I've got this sign, which I love the look of, but it just buzzes when it turns on. And then there's also the Doing It neon sign, which Dan and I are actually quite keen to see how it looks added to our gallery wall, but then it would be like yellow on yellow. But is that a vibe? I'm not sure. And then down here is the kitchen. Some of the stuff like mugs and cutlery are ones from home, so I'll take them back. The rest of it, it's fine. And then, oh actually, oh my God, I forgot about this. This is like a little folding desk that I had in here that I was working on before I got my main desk. Oh my God, and behind that is the whiteboard. No, I don't think we're gonna have room for that at home. God damn. God damn. Right, step one, pack down my equipment and pack up what I'm taking home with me, start clearing some space to create piles. So there's gonna be the take home pile, bin pile, and then the like sell, donate pile. That is probably gonna be the trickiest thing, is like finding homes for everything in time. And also, oh my God, because there is currently building works happening in the building that my studio is in. The service lift, the freight elevator, does not work. It is closed. Luckily, I'm only on the first floor and there's a passenger lift, but that's quite small and always breaks down if you put too much heavy stuff in it. So she's trying to move out bulky things like this down some stairs. Well, let's go. the studio right now and I just want to make a start on clearing stuff out. I'm thinking that corner over there is going to be the get rid of sell corner, and then down here is going to be the take home. We'll start with the bookshelves. Why is this so hard? Just need to start her. Just need to start. Oh no, we're gonna take it easy. We're gonna start here with this lovely kitchen unit, nice and easy. Got 5 minutes into that and then the fire alarm went off, but it was just a drill, so we're back in and we're going for it. Do as much as we possibly can in the time remaining. This is how the table of goodies is looking so far. And then over here, this is things that I'm taking home other than this and the actual kitchenette thing. Everything on it, I'm probably gonna take with me. I found these bags, these gear bags, which are for the things that I've already taken home. And I'd just completely forgotten that they had bags. So now I'm like, do I take the bags home? Do I need the bags? If I'm not gonna keep the bags, what do I do with the bags? A lot of questions. Over here is looking a bit emptier. Everything is cleared off the top. Obviously I wanna keep my awards. Don't know where they're gonna go yet, but this is the next big thing. Oh dear, let's go. I found a whole bunch of stamps and envelopes and bookmarks from the common room special offer when I did that. And I have no idea if I can still use these stamps. Do stamps have an expiry date? I've got a whole bunch of second class stamps, and then I've got some £1.70 stamps, which was the cost of an international, like, small letter back in 2021. So that's gone up since. I don't know how useful these will be. In this box, I found loads of fan mail, for lack of a better term, that I've kept. It's so special. It's like letters and cards from people when I had like a public PO box address, and like art that people have done. I think at some point I want to find some time to like go through it all and just read stuff and remember things that people have said. But in other news, wah, da, da, da. I mean, most of it has just moved to a different part of the studio to be like, do something with this. So yeah, but progress has been made. Okay, I need to run and go get Rowan from his childminders, but before I do, one last thing. I just want to see what it's going to be like ripping off this sound paneling. Okay, this could be a complete disaster, it might not work, but I just want to get a sense of what we're up against here. Oh! There we go. This is going to be interesting. Lots of work to do. I've come into the studio very briefly this morning. I've only got like 30 minutes before I need to get out. But I brought with me a box, a chisel, a tape measure, and some bubble wrap. And there's a long to-do list, and we're just gonna see what we can get done. I've brought another box from home and I'm gonna start to tackle the shelves. The shelves! Okay, let's do this. I've got all of my Sexy Scribbles colouring pages here, and I don't know if I should keep them or not. Like, I have digital versions and pictures of all of them. It's one of those things that you're like, am I ever gonna look at these again? The whole point of them was just like the in the moment thing. Are they any use now? This is where I want like a Hannah Witton museum to put all of the stuff that I don't want to personally keep but feels, I don't know, important. Am I self-aggrandizing here? I don't even know if I said that word right. That would be humbling. Oh God, look what I found. It's the wire basket. It's the camera accessories box and old cameras and lenses box. Look at this. Look at this. Oh, so many early videos filmed on this thing. It's like an old GoPro in here. Damn. My old Canon. So much sorting out. Oh. Okay, so this is everything I want to take home with me. These are all the books. This box has got some bits in it as well. And then this is where it gets messy. So everything on top that's coming home with me, I need to go through these stationery boxes because I probably don't need everything. Like I don't need 100 Sharpies. And then I also still need to go through these things because there's definitely some stuff in here that will be useful for me. But most of it I will need to sell or just get rid of or pass on or whatever. And then everything else is stuff that I need to sell, give away. So top shelf up there, that's all of my books. I've got my own copies and then all my other sex books and then lots of other weird bits and bobs and trinkets and a lot of like unused sex toys. But I know a lot of people who these might be useful for in terms of like using for themselves or like professionally, like demoing or educating or whatever. Good morning. I've got a solid like 3 hours at the studio to really make a dent in things. The first thing is, you see all of that camera equipment down there? I got a quote from MPB, which is a place where you can buy and sell secondhand used camera gear, cameras, lenses, all of that kind of stuff. And so I'm gonna package them all up and send them off to them and maybe get a little bit of money for it. Some of this stuff hasn't been used in a really long time, so the quote that they've given me is higher than I was expecting, but I fully anticipate that once they receive the gear and take a proper look at it and do all of their checks and everything, that they'll then be like, actually, we're gonna give you this amount. I'll be like, that's fine, just please take them off my hands. I don't want them anymore. It's telling that the moment I moved into this studio, I put all of my old equipment in boxes and it's now almost 3 years later and they're still in those boxes. So we just need to move on. So that's the first thing that I'm doing today. And then I need to book the drop-off collection for that box. And then after that, my plan is to move everything that I'm keeping like into this cupboard. So it's like out of the way. And then I'm gonna start like moving things around so I can get photos of all of the big stuff. So I wanna be able to get a photo of the empty bookshelves, photo of the empty desk, rugs, beanbag, the kitchen bit, like all of the stuff that's kind of like bulky and I need to sell. Basically, I'm gonna take pics of, oh my God, my lighting. I need to get a quote for my lighting / figure out getting rid of that too. Oh, that's so bulky. I'm not posting that. Okay. Wish me luck. Let's go. After I filmed those last clips and packed up all of my camera gear to send to MPB and it all got collected and everything and it was all good, I've been paid, so easy. I reached out to them and was like, hey, I'm using you anyway. Like, do you want to sponsor this video? And they said yes. So let me tell you a little bit more about MPB. And actually the camera that I am filming this on, my vlog camera, I bought from MPB. It's all coming together. But if you didn't know, MPV is the largest global platform for selling, trading, and buying used videography and photography kit. Ever since I learned about them, they've been my go-to place anytime that I need camera equipment. It is much better prices than buying new, and you just get excellent customer service. The people there have always been so helpful for me anytime that I've been buying or selling stuff. And you can be really sure about what you are buying because they have a whole team of product specialists who evaluate every item that gets sent to them before reselling. So you really are saving money without having to sacrifice quality, and on average items on MPB sell for a third less than what it would cost if it was brand new. As I've said, the whole process of using them for buying and selling is so simple, it is safe, and it is the circular way to buy, sell and trade camera gear. If you are selling, then it's so easy to go on their website and do a free valuation where they give you a quote of the items that you are wanting to sell or trade. There are no hidden fees when selling with them, and they have a price commitment when finding the right price. And once you send in your kit to them, they may increase the quote if they find that what you've sent is in better condition than they expected, which is what happened to me. And on average, customers earn £700 every time they sell. I got over £1,000 for the kit that I sent in recently, which is definitely going to help in this move process. You get instant quotes, paid in days. Honestly, it's just super easy and hassle-free, which is what I need right now. Just something that is quick and reliable, and that is exactly what the whole process of selling through MPB has been. Of course, because it is a circular model, sustainability is in everything that they do. They have completely plastic-free packaging. The cloud-based platform that they use runs on renewable energy, and they send zero waste to landfill. And there's a link in the description where you can read more if you're interested about their sustainability strategy. So thank you so much to MPB for sponsoring this video and also taking that kit off my hands in a really seamless way and giving me money for it. And also for this lovely vlog camera that I bought from that site. And honestly, I have had a new version of one of these and it broke, and then I needed to get another one and I didn't want to buy new again. So that's why I bought this one from MPB, and it is exactly the same. Like, you wouldn't know. But genuinely, as a customer of theirs, I would highly recommend them to anyone, and added bonus that they're sponsoring this video, so thank you so much. Oh my god, my brain hurts. I had to concentrate so hard that I just couldn't face filming. But what has been done? Look at this beauty. Hi, welcome to my presentation. I've made a document. Look at this with everything that I need to sell. Yeah. So my studio is in a building where there's loads of other studios, and when people move in and out or whatever, I can ask the reception, ask the building managers to basically send this round to like everybody in the building, which is the ideal way of getting rid of stuff. Like, if somebody in the building wants it for their office, for their studio, that is my first choice. So I'm gonna send this round and hope that some things go from it. I don't even know. And then my second point of call is then going to be like listing things on Facebook Marketplace and Olio, which would just be like more of a individual faff for each thing. I've also been bold and I've like listed this chair that I'm sat on, the desk that I'm working at. So depending on if and when people want to come buy stuff, I might just have to start bringing my laptop into the studio and working on the floor on days that I'm in here and sorting things out. So that'll be fun. We are about a month and a half out, and this room looks so messy and stressful to me. It's not fun. Also, I ended up cheating and I didn't bother taking anything off the bookshelves or the table, and I just got photos from the internet. Because why create more work for myself? Why do that? Oh my goodness, my heart is actually racing. The lovely receptionist notified other people in the building that I was getting rid of some stuff, and one woman came and bought so much. Like, look, like, what? Oh my god, I thought that this was gonna be like a really difficult, like, long process of getting rid of things, but like, the rugs are gone, the beanbag is gone, the whiteboard and the folding desk are gone, the microwave is gone, the clothes rail is gone. She also took some like techie bit accessories, and then some other guy came and took a bunch of books and a webcam, and somebody who follows me on Instagram just DM'd me being like, oh, are you selling your standing desk? Because I want it. And fingers crossed that happens. He just needs to check with his wife if he can have the standing desk. So I really just have like this desk and the kitchen unit and the bookshelves to get rid of that are like the bulky items. And the guy who just came in as well said that if Moog doesn't want my monitors, then he'll have them. Oh my god, I'm sweating. I did some moving of things, and I think the adrenaline of like
people calling and ringing, being like, are you in? Can I come? Look, I created a thing. I made a thing. Put this on my door because I'm not always in the studio. And so I just basically am like, I'm moving. And then I've got a thing of me like, I'm currently like on a call, or I'm out, or I'm in. And then like what my next availability is. And then underneath is my contact info, because that's the kind of person that I am. But oh my God, this room, it's mad. It's mad. Let me show you. Oh my God, it feels so empty. Weird. Hello. Today's update is coming to you from home and not the studio, because I'm basically done with the studio. Like, I have no plans to be in the studio this week, and the next day that I'm going to be in is Monday next week, when Dan's dad is coming with his van. Dan's got the day off work, and we're actually moving stuff home, moving stuff to like the skip, like actually other than the stuff that is on the walls that the contractors are gonna like sort out, everything is going. So I'm just working from home at the moment because the studio is a almost sad empty place. But what isn't sad, segue, is that the weekend just gone, I actually hosted a meetup with my patrons at the studio. It was so fun. It felt like this commemorative thing where the people closest in my community who like support the content that I've been making over the years, and who have also developed like friendships and stuff with each other, could come and see the space, and most importantly, take stuff. So I was just like, if you're gonna come, you have to please take things. So people took books and posters and office decor, flowers, a guillotine, a hula hoop, like a lot of stuff went. Someone bought the printer and even the bookshelves. So we all hung out at the studio for a bit, and then we went and had some drinks and some lunch, and it was so great because like partners and kids came as well to the drinks and food bit. It was just so lovely. So there was like toddlers and babies there as well. It was just very wholesome, and it's nice because a couple of the people that were there are patrons that I've met before as well. So it's just really, really nice to see everyone, and it was a really great turnout as well. But then after that, me and one person went back to the studio to break down the bookshelves, and it was a bit of a mission. We didn't have the correct tools to pull out the screws, but we found a way around it and we did it. And then everyone else who was still eating and drinking then came to meet us to help get everything in her car. But we managed it. It was a success. But yeah, it was just a really great day, and another big bulky item has also gone from the studio, which is one less thing for us to do next week. There's only 2 things left in terms of big furniture pieces that haven't sold. And to be honest, I haven't even like had a chance to think about or do like putting them on Facebook Marketplace, which now that I'm saying it out loud, I'm like, I should probably do that to see if anyone wants them. There's the kitchenette and the desk that I still have, and if no one takes them in the next week, then to the skip they go, I guess, because, well, maybe the kitchenette could go to, are there any big charity shops near us that do furniture? I don't know. But progress is being made. I basically feel like I've moved out because I just don't work there anymore, but it's going to be exciting to get all of my stuff home, and the cupboard that I'm keeping, it's going to be interesting to see what that does to the hallway, putting it in there. But I'm getting like itchy feet, and I want all my stuff home so I can organize it. Although by the time you're seeing this, the bookshelves home organization video will be up, so you'll have seen it, but it's in my future and I can't wait. But yeah, that's where we're at. I feel like when I started this year, I could only really see the first like 3 months of the year, because it was like, gonna prioritize rest and leisure, and also exploring this like new career in creator consulting and project management, and what has now turned into a lot of like Patreon consulting for creators, which is really cool, and moving out of the studio, because I knew that the deadline for that was the 31st of March. So all of those things in my head, it was just like, that's the theme of the first quarter, Q1 2024. And so beyond that feels, I don't know, not empty, but but just like free and exciting and like, who knows? It's the unknown, because that was, yeah, I had a good idea of what the beginning of my year would look like, but going into this year, I really had no clue what the middle or the end of this year would look like, so I guess we're gonna find out. But yeah, I'll see you for the big move, if Dan and his dad are comfortable with me vlogging. Okay, I think this might be my penultimate day in the studio. God, it sounds so echoey without any furniture in here. This is the big clear out day. Dan and his dad are just coming up now. Dan's dad has a van, thank you very much. We are taking what is left to the skip. Somebody is coming to collect my desk, and this thing and all of the stuff here is coming home. So this is it. This is it. And then it's going to be empty, and next week got some contractors coming in to remove all of this and like repaint and do all of the stuff that means that they'll let me leave and get my deposit back. Fingers crossed. Feels so weird. We're going to be taking this neon sign home. I'm not sure it's going to go at home, but we're taking it home. Progress is being made. We've got one more person coming to pick up the monitors, which are on the floor down there somewhere, and then we're heading to the skip. And then we're coming back to take everything else back home. And that pile over there is a charity shop pile that I don't know, I would like to sort out today, because I don't want it sitting in our hallway for very long, but we shall see. That's it. That is it. It is empty. Other than my bag. There are some contractors coming next week before my lease is up to sort out this wall, because I was never gonna have the time or the skills to do that. And then they're gonna tidy it all up. It feels weird, but also like, I kind of feel this pressure to feel something about it. Like something like sentimental, or like, oh, I'm gonna miss this space, or how sad. But I just feel like relief. Like this was one of my big tasks to do at the beginning of this year, like move out of here, and it's like done. So I don't know, I feel like this was the final thing, like the final nail in the coffin of my old career, but in a positive way. And then when we were at the skip and I was like throwing all this stuff into the big bins, like it felt really cathartic, like this release of like, I can let go of all of this stuff, all of these things that I've just been carrying around physically and mentally and emotionally, all of that, but then like physically letting go of things of like, I don't need this anymore. I don't know, it felt kind of good. It felt really good. But yeah, I'm gonna come back in here one more time after the contractors have been in, just to get a look at the space completely bare-boned again, and to hand in my keys and everything. But that's it. I've now just realized I have this momentous task of like sorting everything out at home. Like, yes, I've planned to do the bookshelves because there's a whole video about that, but everything else, I need to find some time to sort that out. Today, maybe, hopefully, I don't know, but we did it. It is so echoey in here. Clearly I did a very good job with the way that I set up this space with figuring out sound for filming videos and recording podcasts, because my goodness. This is it, the studio is empty. It smells of fresh paint and polish, because the contractors just finished this morning. I took my shoes off at the door. I was like, I am not ruining this floor with my feet. But it is time now to hand in the keys on this place, and fingers crossed I'll get my deposit back. That would be nice. It feels so weird seeing this room like this. This is what it was like when I moved in. The curtains are gone. That big blue wall over there is gone. I have absolutely loved having this space over the last like almost 3 years. I've had it, and it was an absolute celebration and win when I moved in, and it is an absolute celebration and a win like moving out. It is 100% the right thing to be doing, and it just makes so much sense. And it's nice because I can feel like that I used this space to the best of my ability and the space's ability when I needed it the most. And then it's just like, I don't need it anymore. So why keep this space as a symbol of success when actually that would just be for my pride only? And to be honest, I don't really feel like I've got a lot of pride, which is a good thing. So what? Whatever this might look like in a superficial way, like on the surface, to people that don't know the reasons why. But for me, this is like a moving forward thing rather than a moving backwards thing, and that feels really good. Thought I'd come in one last time. It does smell very good. Do love me some fresh paint and polish smell. Very nice. All of the end of era announcements happened at the end of last year, but because of the 6-month notice period on the studio, and also I knew that I would not have the time to commit to the process of moving out at the end of last year. This is the final thing. This is the last thing that has any like attachment to like my old career. And so yeah, this is it, 3 months later. Working from home is going well, and if you're interested, I'm thinking of doing a video where I show you my very minimal working from home setup and how I manage that and how I store everything in the space that we have, especially with like filming equipment and things like that. So let me know if you'd be interested in that. But yeah, it's time to go. It's time to go. But thank you so much for watching this video and just generally following me on this journey of figuring out life and work and parenting and all of that stuff. I hope that you're doing well. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss any other videos, and thanks so much again to MPB for sponsoring this video, and I hope you're well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!